We have conducted in the Department of Psychiatry of Casablanca a number of studies about, for example, Ramadan fasting in bipolar patients. And bipolar patients or manic depressive patients or people with manic depression, those are about 1 to 1.5% of the total population of the world. It's a huge number. And we do know that they have a problem with the rhythm, biological rhythm, light rhythm, but also social rhythm. Working, eating, exercising, and so on and so forth. And we know that each time they have a problem of rhythm, for example, traveling in the world and having a number of hours of difference in time, this makes people relapse. We know that. It has been very clearly and scientifically identified. We know that Ramadan is a huge change in the way people sleep, the number of hours slept, in the way people eat and work, and so on and so forth. And we discovered twice in 2 studies, one with 20 patients and one with 150 something patients during Ramadan, that we had about 40% relapses during Ramadan. So very clearly, the clinical and therapeutic consequence of that is that we recommend to the patients not to fast. This is one thing. And second, to maintain the same rhythm in their lives as they usually do. Because otherwise, the clock, the biological clock they have in mind will completely disturb them, and there is a risk of relapse and rehospitalization. I had a patient, one of mine, who was taking anti-epileptic medications. She went to Buya Omar, which is a kind of saint tomb, and they requested her to stop her medication. Then she had fits. She fell into fire, burnt herself. She fell into a small river and would have drowned into it and died because of that. So this is a bad way of using what they think being Islamic religion. As I told you with Ibn Rushd, Al-Razi, Ibn Tufail, Ibn Zuhr, Ibn Sina, and all the others, they never use this kind of approach, talking about spirits, about jinn, about things. Never. There is not a single word about that. It was a completely scientific, Hippocratic medicine. I think that it is very important to find a way to speak to patients about their beliefs, being really religious or being thought to be religious. I have a number of patients who ask me the question, "Are you a Muslim?" And my answer is, it's none of your business. You don't have to ask me this. This is between me and God. Second, he tells me, you know, the concept of jinn is in Quran. So that's the word of God, it exists. I say, okay. How do you imagine? How do you think jinn are? And in the traditional imagination, those are kind of beings of 5 or 6 meters height, having horns, on their head, having a tail, and having the lower part, as the one of a beast. Okay, do you think that, yeah, of course it exists, it is like that. Okay, why don't we think about it differently? In Quran it says, those are living beings, invisible, that may enter the body, that can be friendly or aggressive. Do you agree with this definition? Yes. For me, microbes or viruses are exactly, they do come out with this definition. You cannot see them. They can enter the body. They are in the body. They can be friendly or they can kill us. The Prophet one day was with his followers, and there was a small bowl with water inside, and he said, please cover that. Jinn might jump into it, might enter this, and it will become impossible to drink it. You cannot imagine a being of 5-6 meters jumping into a small bowl. I mean, so they knew that things that cannot be visible to the eye were there and could be friendly or harmful to the health of people. So they understood that very clearly. This is a way to diffuse a bad interpretation. Because when they say this is just jinn, this means your medications, I don't want to hear about them. And when they say, for example, for persons who are psychotic, with hallucinations, with delusions, I hear them saying this, and the jinns are talking to me, I give them a medication, an hallucinatory medication or something like haloperidol, and after 2 or 3 days they don't hear anymore. Things like that. And I ask them, do you hear the jinn talking? They say, no. And you see, we are very powerful. We can stop a jinn talking to you. So, I mean, and they smile, of course. I mean, they understand the message.